Hi MUTU Mamas, it's Francesca here again, your MUTU ambassador and fitness pro. This week workout, you're gonna have your first single leg squat. So again, if balance is an issue, you all have the option of an assisted single leg squat. With an assisted single leg squat, you can use your one of the hands or two hands and place them at the back of a very sturdy chair or piece of furniture, or perhaps the end of a table, or if you're outside, you can use the back of a bench or a tree or any exercise station if that's what you have close by. And this week we have another out of sync movement. This time I've mixed it with the curtsey lunges. Now, curtsey lunges alone, they are well known for challenging balance. However, when combined with an out of sync shoulder press, your balance and your patience will be challenged. So feel free to drop the weight of the dumbbells down, master the form again, and make sure that you're gaining your confidence with the position of your feet and how to control the breathing. And the birds agree with me. Going back to what I was saying, make sure you're mastering the form and the technique, and you're getting your core, breathing and balance all synchronized, and then you'll be able to go up a notch with the load of the dumbbells. I've also added a new movement, which is a split stance deadlift with a wide grip dumbbell row. With the split stance, the load and the focus, it's mainly on the front leg. So you're gonna feel a lot more of a stretch on the hamstring of your front leg. The wide grip dumbbell row will target all of the muscles between the shoulder blades, the back of the shoulders, and the muscles of the shoulder blades. And finally, we're taking the full plank down onto your elbows, so we will be using gravity as load. Grab a pair of dumbbells and hold them at shoulders level. Stand tall with collarbone and ribs lifted and feet hip width. Breathe in to prepare, breathe out and step with the left leg towards the right shoulder, landing on the ball of your foot and keeping the left hip internally rotated towards the right. Drop the left knee towards the floor and simultaneously lift both dumbbells above your head and contract your abdominals and the pelvic floor. Breathe in and get back to standing position, lowering the dumbbells at shoulder level. Breathe out and step with the right leg towards the left shoulder, raising the dumbbells above your head as you simultaneously drop the right knee towards the floor and contract your abdominals and pelvic floor. Perform 12 repetitions in total. The full push-up. Get in a full push-up position with hands shoulder width, chest between your hands, collarbone and ribs lifted, pelvis parallel to the mat, and feet hip width. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, contract the abdominals, lift the pelvic floor, and drop your chest towards the floor, bending your elbows. Ensure to drop the chest first, then the pelvis, and try not to collapse through the lower back. We are aiming to perform 50 repetitions with good form. However, if this is not accessible to you, you can either start in a full push-up and drop the knees down to the floor to finish the set, or take a break within the set, or perhaps reduce the number of the repetitions altogether and continue to build the skills around this challenging exercise. The plank. From the elbows with alternating leg abduction. Lie on your belly with elbows tucked under the shoulders and feet hip width. Lift your hips and knees off the floor, keeping collarbone, chest and ribs lifted. Breathe in to prepare, breathe out, contract the abdominals and simultaneously step with the left foot out of the mat, tapping the floor. Return it back to the center, then step with your right foot to the right, tapping the floor. Breathe in when both feet are on the mat, breathe out when you're abducting your legs. Perform 10 to 12 repetitions in total. Seated boat with dumbbell twist. Grab a dumbbell or a kettlebell and take a seat, ensuring that your tailbone is not tucked under the pelvis. Ideally, you should be sitting between the mid and back passage and the tailbone should be pointing upwards. Think of a happy dog with the tail up in the air. Sit tall with shoulders over your tailbone, collarbone, breastbone and ribs lifted. Bend the knees slightly and keep your heels on the floor. Contract your lower abdominals by pulling your belly button in. If this is accessible to you, lean back at the hip. However, if you find any discomfort in your lower back, avoid this last point. Breathe in to prepare, breathe out and drop the dumbbell to the right and left of the body while keeping your chest lifted. Breathe in and bring the dumbbell back to the center. Breathe out when you're moving the dumbbell left and right. Perform 10 to 12 repetitions in total. Single leg squat. Lift the right leg off the floor, bending it behind you. Stand tall with chest and ribs lifted. Find your balance by shifting your shoulders onto the heel of your standing leg. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, contract your abdominals and slowly drop the right knee towards the floor, while simultaneously you're reaching with your fingers the floor. Ensure that all your body weight is on the heel of your left leg and you keep collarbone and chest elevated and shoulders behind the left knee. Breathe in as you return to standing position. Try not to drop the right foot on the floor. However, if you are struggling with balance, you can drop the foot between squats or opt for the assisted version of the single squat. Perform 10 repetitions on each leg. Split stance deadlift with wide grip dumbbell row. Grab a pair of dumbbells and stand tall with feet hip width. Take a step back with the left foot, keeping the toes in line with the right heel and feet hip width. Bend the right knee, but keep the left leg straight, ensuring that both heels are on the floor. Breathe in and bend forward at the hips, keeping your chest and shoulders parallel to the floor. Breathe out and bend the elbows out and up towards your shoulder blades, while simultaneously contracting your lower abdominals and lifting the pelvic floor. Lift yourself back up, squeezing both glutes and extending the left knee. Perform 10 repetitions before switching leg. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join me for another great workout. I hope you've all enjoyed it, and I look forward to see you all soon.